host of A Look at the Community on ZBVI, Dr. Harlan Vanterpool, says people in the territory need to understand that anyone holding an acting position is intended to be temporary. Vanterpool made those comments on the backdrop of the post of Acting Commissioner of Police, where Jacqueline Vanterpool was removed from the position as of Monday, November 17th, to make way for foreigner Richard Ullger, a UK national. During the program on Saturday evening, Vanterpool said a person holding a temporary position means they can be pushed back into their substantive role at any time.
And I know we've had discussions about acting positions in the first place, what acting means. So someone holding an acting position is only really intended to be temporary. Tell me, Mr. Skelly, if you would disagree with me, but that's the impression that I get. Until you're confirmed to a post, you're there. So it means that you could be pushed back to your substantive post, but you're holding an acting position, right? And oftentimes you don't fill the substantive post right away because that person is acting. But if they were confirmed to that post, then you can fill their substantive post. From what I can recall, I can remember that it was clearly stated that way. And we've been hearing different things about what's going on for a couple of months now, right? I have to take it at face value because that is what we were told.
That's what's been coming out.
That's an acting position, right? And acting position while the whole application process was being done. Now, my biggest concern is in the process, is that I don't know the details, and the public may not know all the details. What we have heard is clearly that the application process is still ongoing. And so therefore, what seems a little funny is that there's a move to remove someone who's acting, send them back to their substantive post to replace them with somebody else who will be acting for some period of time while the application process is still ongoing. So, it finds it a little strange to me that we're removing one person that's acting, putting another person that's acting. We're still going through an application process and we still can't make a decision on who we're going to put there as the person.
Dr. Vanterpool stated that it is not the first time that someone in the public service had to return to their substantive post when someone fills that position. However, he said if the BVI had fixed this problem and had the relevant provisions enshrined in the Constitution, this situation would not be happening.
I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, categorically, every time something like this happens, and remember, we've had many persons acting in positions throughout our entire civil service, public service, whatever you want to call it, who have also acted and had to return to their substantive posts when the acting post that they held, someone has been confirmed to it. Some of the cases they act and then they are eventually confirmed. So you have both scenarios, okay? And we take to the street, all depends on what we're representing or what we're dealing with. I'm going to say, if we fix once and for all and get a number of things in our constitution, reconstituted in our constitution, that gives us the authority to deal with a number of these things, then the conversation about that we're having this week, we would not be having. Hear me again. If we get to the constitutional process and make the necessary changes or get the necessary things put into a constitutional process so that we can eventually get them in our constitution. Once they're placed there, then we shouldn't have that issue that we're just dealing with by matching. I could be yelling and screaming and saying it, but I'm saying it quietly. It's for us to understand and not be out there saying things without context and not understanding what is the crux of the matter, okay?